I put drugs above everything I loved, even myself. And that's, they were more important than rent was. They were more important than gas in the car. They were more important than making calls to my daughters. And that's what led me to being homeless on the streets of Orange County.
You served in the Marine Corps, so can you just tell me, what did you do while you were there?
I was with 2nd Battalion 1st Marines down in Camp Pendleton, 53 area, and I was 0311, so basic infantry.
Okay. Where did you serve at?
Iraq, up in Al Anbar province in 2005 to 2006. I got out in October of 2007, and my daughter was born in December of 2007. I never had time to process really any of that. So I never had time to drop the military persona and pick up anything else, because that's all I had known. I was diagnosed with PTSD and polysubstance abuse. I still had what was my solution at the time, which was the heroin and the meth. That was my solution, and under the influence of that, when you're caught up in that, it's really hard to see that it is that bad. And 17 cases later, 5 warrants, I was arrested and taken to jail. And that was kind of that first bit of acceptance that I wasn't in control, and that of my own accord I could not do it. I was in Orange County Jail, and Tierney Center comes in on Thursdays there to bring in services for veterans.
So back in 2016, when really the Tierney Center took off and became the Tierney Center, what they realized was there was no centralized area for veterans to go. There's tons of, I think there's over like 110 organizations in Orange County that say they're veteran-centric, they want to help out veterans, but they were very siloed. And so that was the idea of the Tierney Center, this to be like the one-stop shop for any and all kind of resources for veterans.
The primary duties of my job are to identify veterans in the Orange County community, provide them with direct linkage to resources that they may be in need of, assess their current situations, and find easy answers for them.
They would take the time out of their day to come in. They'd actually sit down with us one by one, and Jade was phenomenal at really connecting with us. We had some talks, and she said, hey, there's an opportunity if you want help. And I said, I do. She said, okay, you're gonna have to leave Orange County for this help. And I said, I'm willing. And I think about 2.5 weeks later, after my final court date, because she advocated for me, I was given another chance. I was released November 15th of 2021. From there, 6 hours straight up to Fresno, California, where I admitted into a substance abuse treatment program.
The thing that made the difference for Lucas was that he finally got to a point where he understood he couldn't do it on his own. So when I was in the Humvee unit that day and I said, hey, here's the resources. Do you want them? You can have them. What are you gonna do to get them? He was the one that did what he needed to do to get them.
The Tierney Center is a one-stop shop for any services needed. And if they don't have them, they can point you in the right direction. The staff there is caring. They've gone above and beyond for me multiple times.
So when an individual or dependent or veteran, anyone comes in, we do a career scope assessment. After that, we enroll them into our Veteran Employment Assistance Program. We find them gainful employment so they can live a well-balanced life.
Today, I'm stably housed. I'm employed, gainfully employed. And I have a life that allows me to give back to others the way that they've been able to give back to me.
One of the biggest challenges when it comes to that holistic approach, I think, is for veterans to realize they're not alone. Until they see other veterans kind of coming in here and getting resources, they become very timid.
For those that are still struggling out there, I was caught up in that for a lot of years. And I kept thinking, tomorrow I'll do it. This will be the last time I pick up. Always kind of putting it off, because the reality of it was I had to do it right then and there. I had to have some help. And it seems hopeless at the time, but all it takes is them having that moment of clarity and reaching out to somebody saying, hey, I need some help, because there are resources out there.